Hey there, Clashers. Welcome to another episode of Clash with Quant. This is going to be a trophy pushing backslash farming episode, and it's going to be dedicated to Town Hall 9s attacking Town Hall 10s for 1 and 2 stars and some pretty significant loot with the bonus. So let's go ahead and take a look at the attack log. The bottom three in the attack log are my Town Hall 9 armies. It's going to be a Go G Weeva attack, a Go G Weeva attack, and a G Weeva attack, which is pretty standard for my attacks. If you've seen anything on the channel, this is a really good pushing army attack, either iteration. So on the bottom, let's go ahead and visit the base. It was 2-starred at 84%, if you saw that. I think all the defenses, yep, maxed out, level 3s. And, except for one Expo here and a couple Archer Towers that are upgrading right now. But 84% on that base, that's impressive for a Town Hall 9. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Next one is a 52% 2-star. Not a lot of DE at all. Let's go ahead and visit this base. And this one, I see where I attacked. I didn't talk through that last one on the attack, but the general rule of thumb is if there's an area that's exposed, that is 3 tiles from the wall or less, that's where you're going to start your attack. So your queen will be able to walk as far as possible, as long as possible, and get that area, clean as many point defenses as possible, use a rage spell when needed to keep her healed up, and then drop the rest of your troops, the tanky troops, giants, golems, barbarian king, velks, wall breakers, so they bust a hole and bulldoze through right towards that town hall or DE or loot or for whatever you're going for. The next attack we're going to look at is, or the next base is a 60% 2-star and 4,000 DE. And just to reiterate, when you're in Champs 1, there's 250,000 loot bonus for gold and elixir and a 1,600 DE loot bonus as well for a star. So it's adding quite a lot of loot. 500,000 and 1,600 DE is really nice on top of these top of the loot that you're getting from these Town Hall 10s. So this one was a 2-star. Exposed Airdy, walked around the base, did some earthquake, I think, right here, and bulldozed my way to the DE and the Town Hall. So the next is actually not a live attack, but an attack that there's a replay for. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. 1 star, though, and some pretty decent DE. Now, this was a 100% maxed Town Hall 10. That's the reason I hit it. And there was so much loot here, I could not pass this up. The Airdy is not exposed. So that, I think, played into the fact that I was only able to get 1 star, a very fortunate 1 star because it was just 50%, pretty dramatic. But here the queen walks right into this little niche where multiple point defenses can hit her. I find that on bases like this, where that small niche is or the crevice that she crawls into, lots of point defenses will hit the queen. So a rage spell is often required at that spot. No big deal. Use that rage before you use the ability on most of the time. And save that ability for a later time. Now, the queen is going to go walk around the base a little bit. Eventually, she will start beating on a wall. At the same time, I think that Airdy is going to start hitting the healers. See how the Airdy is 4 spaces in behind that wall? She can't hit it. If it was 1 space up, she would be able to hit it. So here come the golems. I made a mistake here. I did not drop the wizards behind the golems right away. And my clan castle had 18 archers or 15 archers and 3 giants, which does no good, those archers at least. So that Airdy is taking out the healers, 1 more healer to go. I dropped the wall breakers and these tanky troops, the Velks and the Barbarian King, they're going to beat through that wall. Finally, I dropped those wizards way too late on my part. Very bad. Very, very, very bad decision. No big deal. Here comes the earthquake. Break open that center wall a little bit. Soften up some of those structures, drop a heal right away and a rage, get those troops burning through all of these defenses that are going to be concentrating them. On the top, another giant and a couple wizards. Those troops split to the middle, but that middle is has a level 40 queen. She's just killing my king as the skeletons stall that king. So there's really no troops left except for these golems that are tanking for all of these point defenses, including the Tesla, while the archers, or the, while the wizards target that last archer tower for the 50%. Very fortunate attack. But hey, sometimes you just have to hit a town hall, a maxed out town hall 10 for 1 star and the loot bonus. So let's go ahead and take a look at the final replay that I have, and it was a very recent one, which prompted me to make this video. It is a 86% on a Town Hall 10, and it's got a lot of loot. Check that out. 525,000 gold, 620,000 elixir, and 6,300 DE. So that turned into 1.7 million and 8,000 DE for this replay. Here comes the attack. See how I dropped the queen on the bottom. There's an ARD that's going to be targeted pretty soon on the attack. Queen's going to get a couple of these really full storages right away, which is awesome. Now that the queen's being targeted by that cannon, I'm going to drop the healers on her. She has 2-point defenses on her at this moment. No big deal. Take care of 1-point defense. And you don't need to pop that ability at all. So here's something strange. She's going to start hitting this wall right here. Was not anticipating that at all. So I thought that she would go into the ring, which she does not. So I started up top with just a couple of giants and a couple wizards. Broke through that easy wall with 2 wall breakers and started taking this section out. But then I started thinking the queen might be doing her own thing here. So I didn't drop any more troops up top. I just let the troops that were there, 4 giants and 4 wizards, take care of whatever they could take care of. And they did a pretty good job of getting some decent percentage up top. The queen is going to start targeting that king, that splash damage, and that archer towers on the queen. No big deal. She's going to take care of that splash damage, get healed back up as she starts targeting more full storages. Then she's going to take that archer tower out. So now the queen is kind of free to do whatever she wants. And she's going to go ahead and target a couple more structures inside of this small enclosure. Now, at this point, I'm probably thinking, okay, I'm glad that I waited for the queen to do whatever she's going to do. And now she's going to go on the inside. So I dropped a wall breaker thinking it would help her, but it started going towards that archer tower, which I have no idea why. So now that the queen's inside, I dropped a couple of archers, a couple of giants, the king, and some wall breakers. Queen is getting targeted by multiple things, the Inferno Tower and 2 max expo. So I pop her ability, drop the Velks. I know the queen's going down because that Inferno Tower's on her, but the healers are still up. So once the Velks and that clan castle, which happens to be wizards this time, are in, I drop the first rage and then the heal on top of those troops. The reason I did the rage and the heal is I need those troops to get into all of these defenses as quickly as possible. Now I drop another rage on top of that heal to connect everything. All those troops are going incredibly fast, incredibly powerful. King is down, but those Velks are still up. Those healers happen to be enraged, keeping those Velks at full health. Both Inferno Towers are down. The Velks have a couple of wizards that are aiding them through this attack. So on the backside, I dropped the rest of my wizards because I saw that the Velks were being healed and targeted by these point defenses. So these wizards on the backside are going to clean up some of these defenses that are targeting the Velks. The healers now being targeted by that ARD, but that goes down. Check this out. 3 Velks with 2 healers and multiple wizards backing them up, moving through a base that has full storages. And it appears that all the traps, maybe the spring traps and the giant bombs, are disarmed at this point. So those troops are going to get through pretty nicely. Healer goes down, but the Velks are still tanking. 1 more Velk and about 5 or 6 wizards at this moment. They're going to get a couple more storages and collectors before the time runs out. Check out that loot. That's amazing. And my troops burned through those max expos as well as those Inferno Towers. I don't know if they were max or not. They were either level 2 or level 3. Either way, that army composition and being patient with that queen walk really paid off to get this type of loot. So I guess the moral of the story is, as a Town Hall 9, when you're pushing, especially for the first time, you're looking for other Town Hall 9s to attack. Well, this is my second time pushing, and I'm being a little bit more adventurous with my attacks, and I'm hitting Town Hall 10s and doing it successfully. So it is very viable to be able to continue to push, farm, get a lot of loot, and expand your confidence and ability in attacking by hitting these much stronger bases that I myself was previously avoiding because I thought that I would not be able to beat them. So that's it for this video. I hope that you find this one very encouraging and very educational, and you go ahead and start taking your Town Hall 9 troops, if you have big heroes, of course, and start hitting Town Hall 10s while you're pushing and farming, because it can be successful. So thanks so much for watching. Click the like button while you're here. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and leave some discussion about your Town Hall 9s hitting Town Hall 10s, because I would like to hear about your attacks a little bit more. And moving forward, I am going to try a couple more army compositions to see if something else might work other than the standard Go Ji Wee Va. All right, we'll see you next time.